Yung nabanggit po ninyo kanina na ang dapat na ginagawa ngayon ng Pilipinas is to plan for the worst. Ano po yung nakikita ninyong worst case scenario for the Philippines?
Ang worst case scenario is that mawalan tayo ng supply, ah, magkaroon ng matinding food inflation. Remember, Mase and Chacha, yung impact nung Russia-Ukraine war sa atin, naalala nyo yun, no? Noong 2022, food inflation yun eh. No? So, ito matindi pa kasi uh, if oil prices will increase, damay lahat eh. Kasi we almost import everything. And therefore, lahat ng mga ini-import natin, kailangan niya ng langis to transport. Di ba? Kaya nga yung mga magsasaka natin, iniiwan na lang nila yung gulay nila sa kalsada kasi sinong kukuha nun ng mga sasakyan kung walang langis? No? Second is that uh, ma-prevent yung mga kababayan natin from being able to go to the Middle East and work. OFWs, remittances form a major part of the Philippine economy. No? Third, wag naman sana is, although we are assured of power in terms of electricity, ako naalala ko tuloy nung kabataan ko nung 80s, may periodic blackouts.
Oo, time ni
But
FVR.
yes, and former President Aquino, parang babalik ba tayo doon? Ako, Diyos ko po, wag naman sana, no? Um, so therefore, yung vulnerability natin, multiple eh. No? And therefore, I think the government needs to present concrete plans on what to do in the short term, ito hanggang end of the year, but also lay out the groundwork for us to diversify oil sources, to diversify fertilizer sources, to somehow talk to our neighbors kasi for example, ang Australia, ang New Zealand, may langis siya, may liquefied natural gas siya. Ang US meron din. In fact, it's the greatest exporter of gas right now. Canada as well. So, hindi naman ibig sabihin na hindi na natin uh, 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 mag-focus sa Middle East, no? But it's better to have contingency plans. Kasi kung sakaling mangyari ulit to, at wag naman sana, but the Middle East is very unstable and I think it will be unstable in the coming years. Siguro dapat maganda na tayo kasi kung mangyari ulit to next year or 2 years from now or 3 years from now, I don't think yung rason na hindi namin ine-expect o hindi kami prepared will be a good enough reason for our people.
Yung sinasabi mo kanina, Prof, na napaka-unstable ng Middle East. Of course, yung government, nabanggit naman nila yung inaay nila ng mga alternative sources pagdating sa petrolyo. Sabi mo nga kanina, pwede tayo sa US. Nakita rin natin yung mga liquid gas sa Australia, sa New Zealand. Pero paano yung mga OFWs natin na alam natin na ang bulk ng ating mga Filipino workers nandun nga sa Middle East? Saan yung potential?
Right. Well, ang ano dito is the Middle East has been a traditional destination. So, sa tingin ko, kailangan lang ng konting kayod on the part of the government to reach out to other places in Europe, in parts of Asia uh, to open avenues or opportunities for our overseas Filipinos to work. But I think, Chacha, isa rin na dapat natin long-term plan, of course, no? Kasi nga, um, while mga bagong bayani itong mga OFWs na to, we appreciate it. We must also lay out plans na hopefully hindi na kailangan mga ibang bansa. No? Kasi parang nangyayari, sinasabi natin bagong bayani, pinupuri natin yung contributions nila, which is true. But at the same time, parang sinasabi nito, sige lang, magpadala ng labor migrants without a long-term plan of hopefully darating ang point na yung ekonomiya natin will be able to offer them the opportunities na hindi nila nakukuha ngayon, and this is why they have to make that very difficult position to leave their family at mga ibang bansa at to take a risk. So hopefully hindi na yung mentality ng government na sige magpadala lang na magpadala, no? Bagong Bayani, ganyan. So this is a long-term plan, and I really hope our government has that long-term plan mode. Kasi yun yung nakikita namin mga nag-aaral ng politika na wala eh. Kada administrasyon inuulit, ulit-ulit na plano na tapos walang long-term beyond 6 years.
Mga kapatid, para sa iba pang mga balita at impormasyon, sundan niyo po kami sa X, Instagram, Facebook at syempre sa TikTok, True Network PH. Mag-subscribe din po kayo ha sa aming YouTube channel, True Network. May website din po tayo, truenetwork.ph, at pwede niyo rin po kaming mapanood sa Channel 19 ng aming True FM TV. Lagi pa rin makinig sa radyo dito po sa 105.9 True FM dahil dito, lagi po sa'yo, kapatid.